What's going on, guys? It's Josh today at the post office in Lynnfield, Massachusetts. We're gonna see if they respect our First Amendment right to film in a public place. I was gonna do a police station for this live session. What's going on, San Joaquin Valley? We were gonna do a police station for this session, but I had a lot of people request that we do an audit here at the post office, especially after yesterday's video. We had a lot of disturbing issues. We had the guy tell me, threaten me, try and grab my camera, hit my camera through the grate, actually close the lobby. He refused me service on film because I was practicing my First Amendment right. And that gives me a lot of anxiety here. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna conduct an audit. We're with Hot Tow Truck Girl today, and we're going in to see if they respect our right to film in a public place. Let's take a look and let them know that that's the reason we stopped them today. What's going on, Kevin? Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it, Joy. First thing I'm gonna do is take a look for... Huh? Yeah, I was just looking around. I'd like to buy a stamp today also.
One stamp?
Yes, please.
Okay.
How you doing, Nancy?
We'll do 5. Good. Can we do 5?
5
Is
stamps.
that okay?
1, 2, 3.
Those are happy stamps. They say love on them.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 2 purple hearts.
All right,
2 purple
I like
hearts?
the purple hearts.
We appreciate that.
2 purple hearts and 3 love.
Yeah, I just heard it again.
I don't know if I like the love.
Did
You
you
like the
love?
love?
Can we send
No.
it?
Thunder.
We don't want love to be sent out.
Oh, I
This
have
might
one.
be-
You don't want anybody? We're gonna...
Susan, isn't that crazy? We should have a little bit of love in our life.
Attitude, family.
Oh.
Yeah, it
Who's
looks like
ears?
it's
You like
Okay,
those? Those are
yeah.
kinda classy.
I like the purple ones, yeah, so we can do 1, 2, and then one of those ones.
You said you wanted 5, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I went
2
out.
and 3 of these?
Oh,
Is that
okay.
okay?
Sure, yeah.
Tonight. I went out to put my windows down a
Right, so
little bit.
275 is your
I
grand
help you?
total? So what are you watching? Are you filming us?
Are you filming?
I am,
You're not
yeah.
supposed to film in here. We're
I'm not supposed to film? Is that a new law that's in
It's
it?
always been a law, you're not
Oh, it
supposed to
is?
film anything postal.
Actually, are you aware that you can film anything that you can see in public, and we are allowed to film our public employees in the capacity of their duty?
1, 2.
Because if we weren't, then paparazzis would make no money.
4, 5, but not the post office has its own rules.
The post office has the
I
post
don't have
office.
myself on Instagram or anything.
The
or
well,
YouTube.
your post office.
I'm
Well,
not
you're on.
anything silly.
You're on live right now, but are you aware?
I'm live? No,
you
no,
are,
no,
and you're
no.
looking
No, I'm
great.
in the witness protection program. You're gonna take me off.
So, are you aware of Poster 7? Are you aware of Poster 7?
No, you gotta take me off of that.
Are you aware of Poster 7 that was released by your postmaster?
Yeah, sorry.
It's on the wall,
You
and it
have to
states that
take me off there. You can't.
it's. She's in.
I'm in witness protection.
Do you know? Well, let's look at Poster 7. It's actually right here on your rules and regulations, and it states. It's an uphold to the Constitution that states that we can film in a public place. So let's look at Poster 7 and make sure that they have it up here. Let's find, is it on this poster? Uh-oh, I think we found a place that doesn't have Poster 7. That would make me a sad boy. Camera danger. All right, this one doesn't have the, let's see if we can find it. Because it's part of their regulations that they have Poster 7. Uh-oh, I think I found it. Oh, we're definitely gonna have to walk around. I'm gonna have to issue you a citation today. Yes. So it's actually right on that wall, and it's Poster 7.
Hi. Let me help you. I just want to make sure this is, okay.
Actually, ignorant pleb, just so you know, the post office is not a private retail engagement. It is actually funded by the government, and that makes it a public place. So they could have their own regulations stating that we can't film in here, And that would be a request because policy doesn't trump law, okay? However, their postmaster upholds the Constitution by stating that we're allowed to film here in public. We really appreciate San Joaquin Valley checking us out, guys. You need to check them out because they're one of the leaders in this movement, okay? They have some great equipment, some great guys, and they're holding these guys accountable. Joy, could I speak to your supervisor, please? I think that's her name, right? Little Rob, they're being kind of nice right now. She said she's in witness protection, which is something I haven't heard yet.
It exists.
You can go ahead, man. I'm just waiting to talk to supervisor. When the camera goes on, they scatter. Photographs, news, there it is, poster 7. I almost missed it. Poster 7, and this one was updated in 2003. They need a new one.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Priority?
They're very nice here. So I'm going to politely educate them today. Because there's really no point to be mean to them. Oh, hot tow truck girl. Just went outside. She was actually taking a peek to see if this was up. There she is right there, actually. Everyone's looking for her. Hot tow truck girl, everyone is asking where you are.
I'm right here.
She's right here. There she is, auditing. Yep, hot tow truck girl Ravel is auditing post offices. There she is. So, you know, we were talking to them about poster 7 because they were saying that we can't film here, and that's a new law that's always been in effect. So if they ask you, well, I don't want to answer questions, but you know what, hot tow truck girl? I need your ID. I'm gonna need your personal information.
No,
and
sorry.
Why?
Because I don't care about any information.
Because?
I don't answer questions.
I don't answer.
There it goes.
And there it goes. I don't answer questions. And because why? Who do they work for?
Me.
Yeah, and you don't work for them.
No.
So you don't answer questions.
No.
Just accept it if it is.
All right, so we're still waiting for Joy, the supervisor, to come out and just chat with us. Mulder and Scully says that, in paraphrased, you're very, very pretty.
Thank you.
They love hot tow truck girl. So, where's the supervisor? No, Seattle Blaze. I answer questions that I choose to answer, and I don't answer questions because they're asking them. They might say, "What are you doing?" And I'll say, "I don't answer questions," or "Just filming," or they'll be like, "Well, what law is that?" You know, so when it's an educational purpose, but when they're like asking questions in a controlling situation, I don't answer them because they work for me. I don't work for them. This is a lot smaller than Lynn. And bless her pretty soul for never, ever, guys, having been in a post office. Ever. I hear my voice. Someone else is actually watching a live stream of this broadcast, and they just walked into the post office. That's kind of crazy. What's up, hot tow truck girl? Get him. Kenny Sisney. Kenny Sisney says,
Long one, right to the right of the white bubble
hey,
wrap.
do we know where... Oh, scatter. Can we speak to the supervisor?
Looking things up and you.
That's
Please don't-
all I
Well, they're
don't
right
film
he-
me. I don't care.
They're right
Who says
here.
you can? Don't film me. Right now.
Well, it's a public place, so I'm gonna...
But it's not a public place.
The post office is not a public place, it's private. You hear that, San Joaquin Valley? The post office is private. It's not a public place. It's a federal... Oh, so a federal...
All right, if we don't want to be filmed.
That's right.
Whether we're here or not.
Actually, if you're in public and you're a public employee, there's no expectation of privacy in public, and we can film our public employees within the capacity of the...
And if you don't stop, I'm gonna ask you to leave.
Well, I can't be trespassed from a public place, but if you'd like to call the police department, you can do that, and they're going to teach you a valuable lesson today because I did the same thing to them 2 days ago.
Can I also get a book of
I don't know what your purpose is here, but,
Oh, my purpose was to buy a stamp, but I don't really have to have a purpose.
Want that brown one? Or?
No, I'm good.
I'm not really done until I choose to go because you work for me, I don't work for you. But if you'd like to have Joy come out, I'm providing free information today. It's the Accountability for All free information giveaway, and
let's try that over at the fire station. I'm sure they'd be.
well, you know, sometimes I go to the fire station, but they're the ones that save lives. They run into fires, and I don't really see the police doing that. But so I just want to show you guys the sign. I can't. Well, you know what? You're actually doing the right thing, because if you want privacy, you need to create it. So you created privacy, so you're doing the right thing by hiding over there. Hey, I see a couple cameras in here. You guys are actually being filmed. Like, is it my camera that's scary? Camera boo-boo! Everybody watch out, we have the camera boo-boo. Oh, that's another entrance. We're just waiting for the supervisor. And instead of taking care of customers and paying patrons, one of the clerks is actually hidden. As San Joaquin, what do you guys think? All the way out there in California, and everyone, please click, share, like, and subscribe to San Joaquin Valley. They're doing a valuable service to the community, and they are like, they could do, you know, better than any one of us in my area could. And they really hold these guys accountable. They get active, they get involved. And now, what do you guys think? San Joaquin, what do you think about the information that I'm getting today? Handyman, the post office is actually a public building. San Joaquin, am I wrong? Am I in a, handyman says I'm in a private place. I'm in a private place. Is that true? Because it's weird, because handyman, she just told me that they're federally funded. I mean, it's possible that they're wrong because they're wrong about their own policies in the Constitution, but...
It goes by weight, goes by zones, goes by dimensions.
Yep, there's those words, disturbance. So we're not causing a disturbance. We actually bought a stamp today. We appreciate you practicing your freedom of speech, though. You're right, CBD, he is.
The other way would fly. And take that.
They're going to learn a valuable lesson. It's just a long-awaited lesson. There's other, like, customers inside the post office. I'm not really filming them because, you know, they're here. I'm not here for them. So I'm kind of trying to keep them off camera as much as possible. And Hot Tow Truck Girl has actually tried to go find a supervisor. Is the supervisor in witness protection too? Because it's kind of hard to get a hold of her. Hi, Joy.
So I am filling in here. I'm not the actual postmaster.
Okay,
I
so you're a
called her.
supervisor?
97.
Just temporarily.
Just
in
kind of
charge.
covering the
Yes.
supervisor position. Okay,
And
thank you for that.
The thing is, you can take pictures. You are not supposed to videotape.
Okay, and that's
And
coming
that is
from
the
who?
right of the postmaster, who I just
Okay.
spoke with on the phone.
Well, could I have his name? And then I'd like to direct you to the sign that your postmaster signed. Could I just show you this for a moment?
I
if you have
read
a
it
second?
online, and it
Okay.
says you can take pictures.
Okay, so let me just, I'm going to read it out loud here because we can't. Photographs may be taken in entrance, lobbies, corridors, or auditoriums when used for public except when prohibited. Official sign, security personnel. Footage. Okay, so there it is, the word footage. Thank you very much. Okay, so that, and this is actually an outdated version because you'll see that it's 2003. They had an updated version in 2007, 2009, and 2016. So there's no distinction between a still and a live stream, but I'm absolutely allowed to film in a public place. There's no expectation of privacy in public, and we're allowed to film our public officials within the capacity of their duties.
So should
So-
I print the one that I have that says that the postmaster has the right to say no videotape?
Oh yeah, I'd love to see that.
Okay.
I'd love to see that. So right now, we've agreed that we are allowed. They have a really old version, but we found the part that says I can film. However, she's saying that the postmaster has a new release that's saying they have the right to deny filming. So this sounds like it might be an unconstitutional release. So we're gonna check that out. This is great because we have 80 people live watching right now. So we'd love to know what this unconstitutional postmaster is doing.
You shouldn't be filming you signing your name. This is private information with this woman. You need to
First of all, I'm not here to film her. And secondly,
how do we know she's
for
not in?
for privacy,
Signing her name.
for privacy, she needs to create privacy. She needs to create it. I can't trespass what my eyes can see, right? So
I'm telling you right now, you need to
that's a
move.
great thumbnail.
You need to move. It's a rule. Now move.
It's a rule I need to move?
Yes, because you can't.
Which
be
policy
watching
and
her.
regulation says I need to move?
The Decency Act.
The
Now
Decency
move.
Act? Could you
Yeah.
provide me with that mass state regulation and
Yeah.
statute?
This little act has gone on long enough, okay? Whatever you're doing, whatever fun you're causing, whatever fun you're having.
I'm not having fun right now. Right now you're being a tyrant.
D-O-N-E done. Now go. And don't you film me anymore. I'm gonna take your camera away.
Oh, so you're threatening to confiscate my
threatening you.
camera? The post office has
Okay,
done
you know
that.
what you
It's
said
not a
about
threat,
TMZ
it's
or
a promise.
something funny?
TMZ, no one's gonna know you. I wouldn't sell it to TMZ. Wow,
That's harassment. Now go.
Susan's a tyrant.
You bet your butt I am. Now get
Oh,
out.
there you go. That's gonna be the name of this. You bet your butt I'm a tyrant.
No, I said I am. I didn't say tyrant.
Oh, Isaiah, you're a tyrant. She says, you bet your butt I am. Susan just yelled at me and said she's gonna take my camera. I'm really scared now.
Goes by weight and distance.
Photographs for news purposes, it specifically says photographs, may be taken at entrances, lobbies, and foyers, or auditoriums when used for public meetings, except where prohibited by official signs, which we don't have any.
Which you don't have, great.
But it
yeah.
says other photographs may be taken only with the permission of the local postmaster or installation.
Okay, well, first of all, other. Can you define what other means? Because they say
Other
so,
than news, advertising,
okay, so
or
I'm
commercials.
news, I'm media, I'm press. Okay, so that wouldn't apply. And
But it
secondly,
says
that's
photographs, it
And you know
doesn't
what?
say video.
That actually is unconstitutional to say that the postmaster needs to give me permission, because that's like a police officer saying you don't have permission to film in a public lobby.
You have permission
So-
to take pictures of your package and the tracking number and the mail, but if she's asking you not to take her picture.
Well, she has no expectation of privacy in public, and she actually threatened to take my camera.
I didn't threaten.
Was it a promise?
Listen, you're not funny. What is your act? And don't film me because I didn't give you permission.
Well, that you're creating
You're
privacy.
infringing on his rights. Now go.
I'm not here to film him.
Well, you're filming him by mistake, so get out.
Well, to be honest, I could film him if I wanted to, but I'm not here for him. He's just here, doing his business.
He's entitled to his privacy.
And if he wanted it, he could create it. But like I said, I'm not here to film him. But if you keep giving me a hard time and trying to interrupt my constitutional
Okay, whatever.
abilities,
Whatever,
then
buddy. All right, just say no.
I might film him. And I think we have the police on the way, guys, which should be great. So we don't ever want to appear like we're running because the Constitution is nothing wrong. So we are going to wait for the police to get here so they can teach them a valuable lesson today. And guys, this information is free. Oh, for sure. Definitely trying to get the other customer riled up.
Do you have the backpack with you?
Well, I can take this.
Yeah, you can take that and that's free.
Oh, okay.
San Joaquin Valley, are you still on here, guys? What do you think about this? She went postal. This is the second time the postal workers have gone postal. Did you guys call the police?
Listen, you're here tomorrow?
Yeah. I am.
Are you gonna need that tonight or?
Yeah, well, I want to send it in tonight because I said last night. We have to hang around for a few minutes, all right? I mean, I should get off the clock.
Ooh, that's an unconstitutional sign. That's pretty crazy. Freedom of the press. So your actual sign that she just tried to come out and show me, she was trying to say that I couldn't film, only press could film, or news media, which is great because I actually am press. So
See your press pass.
a press pass. Do you know that there's nowhere in this country that issues a press pass? They don't exist. Your private company could give you a pass to identify the distinction with what channel you're with, but there is no such thing as a press pass. Oh, man. Definitely being disorderly. It's disorderly conduct. Punishable by up to 1 year in the ACI.
How are you today?
Filming.
No, you're not supposed to be, that lady
not supposed to be filming.
No,
Freedom of the press, freedom of religion, right to gather, assembly, freedom of speech. That's the First Amendment.
Fire in a crowded theater.
what's your purpose of filming?
I don't answer questions.
Huh?
I don't answer questions. I would have if Susan remained nice, but she was being a tyrant. But you've been nice, Nancy. I'm just, you know what? And I've actually, just so you know, well, your name's on your badge. This is just for me. I'm actually going to give you a little bit of information, and I don't normally do this. Okay, I'm what's called the First Amendment Auditor. Okay, so you have the right in public to film. Free speech, freedom of the press, practice whatever religion you want, whatever sexual orientation you prefer. That's all covered under the freedom of speech. Now, if I was to go to your house and record you, I would be violating your civil rights. If I walked into, say, FedEx, because that's a privately funded building, I could not do this. However, since this building is funded by the federal government, it is a public space. And you can film what you can see in public. And secondly, like for example, when this gentleman was signing something, you know, she was telling me, oh, this private information. Technically, any private information you have, you need to hide from view, because if you can see it, you can film it. Yes, but you know what this is? This is called a policy. And first of all, policy doesn't trump law. So you could write a sign saying that when I come in here, I don't have the freedom of speech. But a policy doesn't trump the Bill of Rights. That's first of all.
Can you just be quiet for 1 minute so I can deal with it?
Yeah, sure. I'm talking to her.
I can't hear.
Yeah, I'll talk to her. It's fine.
Just lower your voice, please.
That's fine. And the other thing is, your policy does say that I am allowed to do this. So that's just why we're here. We're just coming in. If you guys don't, you know, you're very nice. My point was to get a stamp and leave. And now that you guys are aware of the policy. Yeah, yep. Well, then we had this issue. Well, this issue is my business now. So now you're aware of what's going on. So the next time if someone has a camera, you guys won't be, you know, afraid of it. No, there's no reason to be afraid of the First Amendment.
Read something that they're not allowed.
Yeah, well, that's another valuable lesson we gave today, because now you know that they're allowed. Oh, I think someone's on the phone with the police. I really don't want to leave just in case they're coming, because I don't want to make it look like I'm fleeing the scene. I'm fleeing the scene of my Constitution. Yeah, it's definitely funded by stamps. She took the fun right out of funded. Hey. So did you guys call men with guns? Did you guys call the police?
Yep.
Oh, you did? Why did you call men with guns?
They're the law, right?
But don't you think that's a waste of valuable resources? Like, there could be an emergency happening right now, and the police won't be able to attend to that. And you're threatening me with men with guns. Did you hear that, SJ? They called the men with guns tyrants. Tyrants. We're being tyrants. Let's film this lobby. I just don't want to leave. Like, I've got my footage, but I can't leave until they come. Because I need to... You know, I could wait outside, but that's almost like an admission of guilt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm inside filming, but they say they're going to call the police, and then I leave. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't done anything wrong. I've been practicing like constitutionally protected activity, and it looks like the police are here, and they are here. So this is great. Hello, officer. How you doing today? Good, thanks. Can I please have your name and badge number? Hey, nice to meet you, man.
Very nice to meet you, sir.
So, I'm here just filming in a public place, and I think they were definitely saying that I'm not allowed to film, all that stuff. Not only does the Constitution allow it, but they have a sign called Poster 7 saying I'm allowed to as news media. It's the First Amendment. So I think they called you because they have an issue. I don't film the customers. They have an issue with me filming. So I'm actually glad that you came here today, because I think it'll be a valuable lesson for them to know that that's what's going on. So I just stepped out here to see if I could get an eye on you coming in, because if they did call the police, I didn't want to leave. Okay. So I know you guys don't like to go in first. I've tried to be. I had some police say they don't like to be walked behind and stuff like that.
Whatever you gotta do, you can do. Don't worry about it.
So this guy's actually very nice. I think he's here to educate them today.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hello.
I talked to this gentleman, he said he was video recording and stuff like that. There's no,
There's
anything
no
else?
video, there's no video recording allowed, so we would like him to please stop. We've asked him nicely, we've asked him not so nicely. He
Have
needs
you
to
guys-
stop.
Have you guys called the postal investigating division that you guys
Postal
have?
inspectors, yeah, I
the
guess we can call them
If you
inspectors.
call them because, just because it's federal law in here and they have a better handle on,
Joy, would you
You know,
call the
that-
postal inspection service, please?
so we can kind of,
All right, well, we just,
Get
some of the
their idea.
customers were getting a little upset,
I
so,
understand that.
and we want him to stop filming. You cannot film us.
Well,
What part
Actually,
of
it's
this-
freedom of the press. First Amendment. I can film anything I can see in
You cannot
public.
film in a post office. It's not allowed. We have proprietary information.
Well, then you have to create
Customers.
privacy. I'm not here for the customers. I'm here for you.
Enough already. Enough.
All right.
It's my constitutional right to try and trespass me or ask me to leave. And I came in buying a stamp, which I don't have to, but to ask me to leave, that's a violation of my civil rights. It's a violation of my First Amendment rights.
Okay, you're ruining my day.
Would it be okay if I came back there and talked to you? Would that be all right?
What are you gonna say to me?
I just wanted
I
to.
mean, I don't, he shouldn't be filming this.
He's actually doing the right thing. He's trying to create privacy for you.
You don't
You know
have to.
what? What are you, Jiminy Cricket? Back off, buddy.
Jiminy, wow, oh, do you have a bad conscience? Is that why you think I'm Jiminy Cricket? Because your conscience is in a wrong place right now? That's actually a good one, officer. Jiminy Cricket.
I wasn't
I know.
paying attention.
Hey, have you ever heard of a dinky do?
I had not.
No. I get some videos of. That's a good one. How is how is things going? Like, do you guys in Lexington have a public safety complex, or you just have a police department separate from EMS and fire?
We have a police department.
So it's not all answered by the same call center?
Yeah, it's answered by all the same calls.
Hmm.
The dispatch center or whatever.
So is by filming in a public place, is that breaking the law?
I mean, no laws have been broken as far as I know. I don't know what the, at the United States Post Office.
Right, excuse
what
me.
they
So I
have,
was just
which
saying,
is
like,
why
to the postmaster. Right here is poster 7. This one's actually a little outdated, but photographs, news, film within and its employees actually upholds the Constitution right there, saying I can film in here. I mean, if it didn't, it would be an unconstitutional policy anyways.
I mean, generally at public places, the public has a right to be in a public place as long as it's not causing disturbance. So I don't see any problem with that. I wanted them to call the postal inspectors because they're the ones that, deal with this type of stuff or
And if the-
anything regarding post office. So
If the postmaster asked me to leave, I wouldn't until he issued me a trespass because it would be a request, not a law.
yeah, I mean, like I said, they govern federal properties, so we would be here to assist them if they need assistance. Hey, are you with this gentleman or you need anything? Okay. All right, so,
Well, you're very
I'm happy
nice.
about it. I'm gonna go let these people know they can come in and do their business.
Yeah, and you can let them know that I'm actually not here to film them. I'm here to film these guys. So any children or, private information,
If you don't have any business to conduct, you're free to come in, there's nothing, no problem, nothing like that, okay?
no problem. Thank you, officer. Your personal information, so they won't be on the video. That's beautiful. Nothing wrong here. That's what I like to see, guys.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
How long?
I mean, I don't answer questions, but I think if it pertains to an investigation, I'll hear the
All
question.
right. Hear my question then. My question is, how long do you intend on staying here? Because right now I'm intending on staying here to keep the peace until they get in touch with the postal inspector or anything like that, or I get called to a more pressing matter. So you got any other things?
Well,
you're gonna
I
do,
was
or-
going to get a stamp and then leave, but at that point, she actually threatened to take my camera. She said it was going to confiscate it. That wasn't a threat, it was a promise. She started being disorderly. So I was going to leave, but now that she did that and she's trying to violate my constitutional rights, I might just stay here until they close.
Okay.
Have an issue. Sorry, I just want to get her. I really don't have an issue until she started screaming and yelling. And I got it all on film. So as soon as I end the live broadcast, I can show you. But intimidation of a witness is to threaten to confiscate my phone. I don't think she has police power that gives her the ability to take police action to confiscate a personal recording device.
Yeah, I mean, people can say things, so.
Right. Well, they have the freedom of speech. That's what's great. However, they cross that line when they make threats.
Well, I mean,
I mean, I can't threaten her back. She's a lady. I don't threaten women.
That's good. Yeah, it's not not to
Susan-
threaten anybody, of course.
Absolutely. Susan's Susan's over here. She's just in, I'll get just a caption of her. There we go. There's Susan. Creating privacy. That's the other thing, guys. If you're in a public place, you need to create privacy, which means like the officer was asking Susan if they could talk in the back, and she gave him an attitude, and she's like, "What do you want to talk to me about?" And I actually interceded on her behalf just because the obvious was being stated. He was trying to create privacy for himself and for her. So, you know what I mean? She didn't want to create the privacy, but now she wants to create the privacy. And the other thing is, if this personal information, say this is the desk here, guys, okay? And this passport application belongs to, it says personal information. We'll put it right there, okay? Now, they can't tell me stop recording this personal information because that's in a public space. If I can see it, I can record it, I can film it. They would have to create that privacy by bringing it somewhere else. The point being, I'm not here for the customers. I was here for a stamp until they escalated the situation. He wants to de-escalate the situation, which I think is great. And like I said, I don't answer questions, but he was asking me, I was willing to hear the question, how long I was going to be here. And I was coming in to get a stamp, but now I'm probably going to stay. Hi, Sarge. How are you? Can I have your name and badge number, please?
My name's right here.
Scortino.
Since you're reading it, yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah, and I believe you have to identify yourself by two forms, your name and your badge number, your name and your police
It's
ID.
gonna be good enough today.
Are you failing through ID? Like I'm asking for your badge.
Linfield
Oh, four.
Police.
Four. All right, that's
There you
all.
go.
I get four. All right,
There you
because
go.
if I was to have a disability and I had trouble reading, because I actually do wear contacts when I'm in right now, I would have trouble identifying
Okay,
that.
so what's your goal today?
Well, I don't answer questions. I'm in here filming and practicing my First Amendment right.
Okay, but just, you have to keep it civil. and
Absolutely.
quiet, otherwise it becomes disorderly conduct.
Absolutely, and I think that.
And you're in a federal building, so there may
Right.
be some extra charges for that
Well-
if you don't,
Well,
if
right
you
now,
misbehave.
first of all, you're being live, but I'd be happy to show you
I
my
don't really
footage. I purchased a stamp today, and she told me she was going to take my camera. She escalated the situation. She started yelling.
Yeah.
So I haven't filmed any customers or anything like that. And when she said she was calling the police, I waited here. So I'm not
And what's your
being
name?
disorderly. I'm not myself.
Okay. That's what you think, then I'll just take your picture too.
That's fine. That's actually your constitutional right. That's a cam back.
There you go.
You know? Can you should hold it horizontally because you'll get a better.
I'll do it the way I like to do it, okay?
You can do whatever you want. It's a free country.
Hello? Yeah, I just wanted to talk to you, so.
How is the phone scary?
There's some other, like, way that we can go about it and doing it, you know what I mean?
No, if you want the tour, you can call the special permission for the tour. If he's not allowed,
Tyrant. Tyrant. Oh, it's raining out. Well, so, Sarge, quick question.
I'm on the phone right now, you interfere with police business, and that's arrestable charge.
Well, I
So you need
didn't-
to step back.
I need to step back.
This is police business.
All right, well, I was just asking if I need to stay, if I'm detained. Go ahead, man, yeah. So I think at this point, I'm going to ask if I'm being detained, because that's an important question to ask. Bless you. We got tyrants here, guys. Tyrants. Oh, you know what? Let's do one against the other. We'll see if one officer says what the other officer denies. Huh. So I've got my footage. Let's see what happens. So, officer, I've gotten my footage. It's starting to rain, so I don't want to get soaking wet. So I'm going to take off unless I'm being detained.
Absolutely not, sir. You're
So I'm free to go.
Absolutely.
I just want to make sure, okay? Because if you can communicate that to your other officer, I'm not going to be in the middle of you guys.
Okay, did he tell you otherwise?
No, he didn't tell me I had to stay or anything. He was on a phone call. I went to go ask him, and he said that if I talked to him while he was on the phone, I could be interfering with police business.
Okay, you're free to go. Just
I'm free to
drive
go.
safely because the sky's about to open up.
Yep. You guys be safe out there too. And hey, listen, I know that everyone has their own opinion, but and he was definitely kind of a tyrant, but I appreciate you being friendly.
Thank you, sir. You have a good day.
Thanks, man. So, that's Unfortunate for them. I come when I want, I leave when I want. So I'm going to maintain this broadcast just in case they try and pull me over while I get in the car. But a valuable lesson learned today, okay? I'm free to go. I'm not being detained, which is great. So I'm going to open the car here. We appreciate them. Put on my safety belt. And I hope this officer isn't using his private phone for work. Cam back. That's a tyrant right there.
Ow. Michael, you know what I'm gonna
Not
need you to
being
do?
detained. I'm still live. We're just rolling live till we leave, just in case they want to be unconstitutional or try and impede my abilities. Take a right. Yeah. See if he gets in his car and tries to follow. No. Alright guys, that's a valuable lesson learned by the post office today. They, wow, are they tyrants, huh guys? Yeah, that was Sergeant Tyrant. It's a nice role reversal when the subordinate officer tries to escalate the problem. Oh, is he trying to pull us over? Well, it's a good thing I stayed live just in case they try and pull us over. He's pulling out. So look at this, guys. Oh yeah, for sure. Did he pull off? Is that him or is he? Oh, he's still behind us. So I'm just staying live, guys, for my protection. He asked for my name, but I don't answer questions. Still back there. And this is what they're doing now, guys. So I bet you the reason they're following me is because, they want to try and catch me up on something. So to try and, find me on an infraction or pull me over, I was just free to leave. So their ability, they can pull me over whenever they want, run over whatever the plate they want. Let me take that back. They need to have an infraction and a first infraction, not a secondary. Like a seatbelt is a secondary violation. They can compile that charge, but they can't add it. If I was, just told I was free to go, for them to pursue me and follow me and pull me over, especially because I'm practicing my constitutionally protected activity, that would be a violation of my civil rights and the First Amendment. Well, actually, I guess it would more fall towards the Fourth Amendment of illegal search and seizure, because I'm allowed to be secured in my right to travel freely without that being impeded. They're still behind us. And he doesn't have his lights on either. Look at that, huh? I'm going to have to issue him a citation today. He's back there with no lights. Or is that the other car? Yeah? Well, he has his lights on now. So we're going to keep everyone on live. Right now we're in Lynnfield, guys. Lynnfield, Mass. And this is the Lynnfield PD. The tyrant that you saw was Sergeant Scortino, badge number 4, Scotino. I don't have the phone number accessible to them right now, but this is another reason I go live, guys. You never know what they're going to try and pull. So right now I have 140 witnesses that will see if they try and violate my constitutionally protected activity. My rights will not be treaded on. And he's about to be out of jurisdiction. So I guarantee you when we come up to that jurisdiction line, he's going to try and get that jurisdiction. He's going to try and probably pull me over before then. And he's falling back. That's to try and gauge my speed. But right now we are following the speed limit. There's unfortunately no traffic infraction. So that's going to be great. Still behind us. He's one car behind this one. when in doubt, just go 25, 30. We'll keep you guys updated on our location and stuff. We're going to be crossing into Wakefield in a second. For my safety, I'm continuing filming. And just so everyone knows, the seatbelts are on. We're traveling the speed limit. Car's registered and insured. There's no problems with that. And we're gonna try and get out of this town. Just because they're actually kind of bad tyrants here.
1, 2, 3. Right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I would stop again right here. Mm-hmm. And we're obeying the rules of the road, like, absolutely. And he's about to be right behind us, I'm guessing. Let's see if he puts on his directional. No directional. So guys, he's still behind us. Car's registered, insured. I was told I was free to go. I wasn't being detained. So right now they're following me and we're not sure what reason they're following me for. But I'm sure that they're going to try and find an infraction to issue their emergency lights. Well, I don't think we're near a highway right now. We're, we got a school bus in front of us, so we're trying to just obey the rules and get out of here without interference by unsafe tyrants. Safe and following us. And that's why he's hanging back. He's trying to gauge our speed, make sure we don't go over the speed limit. So there's no questions. We're going 30 miles an hour right now, guys. 30 miles an hour. So there's no speeding issues here. San Joaquin Valley, I'd like you to stay tuned to this if you could, because if these guys try to issue any stops, run illegal arrests, I'll get as much as I can from the live recording, and you have my permission to mirror and to share this content. And the Lynn Police Department. We're gonna get on the highway now, taking our next left. And this is where he would pull us over if he was going to. No, he's getting on the highway with us, but I believe that's where his jurisdiction ends. Cruiser number 2, Lynnfield PD. I'm not gonna floor it, man. We're not gonna, I'm not gonna escape. That's the thing. I'm not gonna escape because I haven't done anything wrong. So I'm not gonna floor it. Right now we're on the highway and we're about to be in another town. His jurisdiction has ended. So we're gonna stay live just until he passes us or decides to turn around, just in case. And this is my concern, guys, and this is why I do this, okay? I had the privilege of watching Auditing America. I had the privilege of having access to San Joaquin Valley Transparency. So I learned my rights. You know, I was aware of them before, but I really learned my rights. I'm in Massachusetts right now, Chris. So what we did today, as you guys can see, is we went into the post office. You know, I don't have to have business there as media, but my business was to buy a stamp. So I bought the stamp. And then after that, I continued filming. She said she was in the witness protection program. She, you know, started yelling, screaming, saying she's going to confiscate my phones. They had someone come out and try and tell us that we weren't allowed to film, but we were allowed to film, okay? So that didn't work out too well for them. The police came. The first officer was pretty nice, but Sergeant Tyrant tried to escalate. Didn't want to identify himself. So, yeah, I let him know he was a tyrant. And, at that point, it's raining out. Nothing's really happening. It's taking forever because they're calling their postal inspector so they can try and get him on the line to come down. So at this point, I'm just kind of like bored now. So I make sure to always ask, am I free to go or am I being detained? That's a very important question because if they say I'm being detained, they have to have suspicion that I'm currently in the commission of a felony, that I have been or I'm about to. They didn't have that, so they said I was free to go. At this point, Sergeant Tyrant exercises constitutional rights by doing a cam back, and he filmed me leaving the post office, and then a Lynnfield police officer immediately followed out after us. So there was no infraction. It's very noticeable as soon as we pulled out, this guy followed us. So he was actually only following me without warrant or cause. So we made sure to drive the speed limit, everything that we do normally, to get on the highway, and we filmed this entire altercation to make sure that we were safe and protected. That is a tyrant, a dangerous tyrant, because you see when that sergeant came in, oh, you're being disorderly, that's what we call it. Like, that's how you escalate it, to try and get, you know, some disorderly conduct charge out of it. Thank God everything's on film. So I think at this point we are going to end the recording. Thank you so much, guy. Oh, look at that. That's great. Washington Street. No, that's Lynn, brother. Old Buzzer Entertainment. That's Lynn. We're in Lynnfield. 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 So it's the Lynnfield Police Department, and we had the sergeant. What was his name, guys? Scortino. Sergeant Scortino. Okay. So, what do you have to say about all that, Auto Truck Girl? That was crazy, huh?
Yeah, probably what I want to say shouldn't be filmed, but that's alright.
FTP, guys. FTP. Want to thank everyone for staying tuned. San Joaquin Valley Transparency, thank you so much. Make sure you check out their page. Click, share, like, and subscribe. Please stay tuned for more. Again, this is... Oh, there we go. We got a number here. Al Scortino. Al Scortino. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. So, let's call them. And, you know, if you choose to call them based on what you've seen today, you have the legal ability to contact that police department and let them know, you know, what they've, you know, how you feel that they've acted. I thought everything was going fine. Obviously, we had an issue with that lady being crazy, and that sergeant definitely tried to... Jiminy Cricket, yeah. She asked me if I was Jiminy Cricket, which doesn't make sense because he's there for bad conscience. So I said, oh, yeah, you must have a bad conscience if you need me. So thank you so much, guys. We're going to end this recording, and stay tuned for notifications, because if you randomly see me go on live again, that means that they've contacted another police department and they're illegally trying to obtain us. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. You know, please click, share, like, and subscribe to Accountability for All. And reporting for Auditing America, call them to 334-3131. Again, Lynnfield Police is 781-334-3131. And the other thing is, guys, if you give them a call and let them know you were just watching this live broadcast, you saw everything, you saw that the Susan, the postal worker, was being totally disorderly. I was polite, calm, practicing my rights, and everything was great until Sergeant Scortino came along. That's fine, because you know what? They might want to try and harass me or give me a hard time because they think, who's going to know? Who's going to care? Yeah, she does have a seatbelt on, guys. We travel with seatbelts. So, if you want to give them a call so they're aware that people are watching, people are holding them accountable, well, they can see that they're holding them accountable, then I'd appreciate that, because they'll know people are watching and they can't just try and track me down, trump up charges, and violate my rights. So thanks very much, guys. We really appreciate it, and stay tuned for more. Accountability for all, and we love every one of you. Stay safe, stay aware, practice your rights, and live free. That's your unalienable truth, and you know what, guys? That's the reason I stopped you today.